During a basic vehicle controls skills test exercise, your vehicle's final position should be A. In the general area that was described by the examiner. B. In the exact final position described by the examiner. C. Within 3 feet of the final position described by the examiner. B. In the exact final position described by the examiner. You should finish each exercise with your vehicle in the exact position described by the examiner. You can be penalized for failing to complete an exercise exactly in the manner described by the examiner, potentially resulting in failure of the basic control skills test. When making a stop to pick up students, a driver should ensure all surrounding traffic has stopped before A. Opening the door and signaling for the students to approach. B. Turning on the alternating red lights. C. Pulling over to the side of the road. A. Opening the door and signaling for the students to approach. When stopping to pick up students, a school bus driver should ensure that all surrounding traffic has stopped before opening the door and signaling for the students to approach the bus. A school bus's danger zones are located A. Only to the front of the bus. B. Only to the rear and left side of the bus. C. To the front, sides, and rear of the bus. C. To the front, sides, and rear of the bus. The danger zones of a school bus are areas in which children are most likely to be hit, either by another vehicle or by the bus itself. Such areas are located to the front, sides, and rear of a bus. Danger zones can extend 10 feet from every side of a bus. If a student is believed to have suffered a back injury, you should A. Move them off the bus. B. Not move them. C. Encourage them to try to stand. B. Not move them. A school bus driver should not attempt to move a student who has suffered a neck or spinal injury unless the student's life is in immediate danger. Before a trip, you should make sure that A. The brake pedal sticks. B. The gas pedal is loose. C. The grooved pedal surface has not been smoothed out. C. The grooved pedal surface has not been smoothed out. When checking your vehicle's pedals during a pre-trip inspection, you should ensure that there is nothing under or around the pedals that will obstruct their use. Make sure the pedals are in proper working condition and that the surfaces of the pedals are grooved, if applicable. When completing an offset back-right parking maneuver, you should A. Pull straight forward, then drive straight back. B. Drive straight back, then pull forward to the left. C. Pull straight forward, then back to the right. C. Pull straight forward, then back to the right. If you are asked to complete an offset back-right parking maneuver, you should first pull straight forward, then back up to the right. Your vehicle must be parked completely within the boundaries of the parking space. When a school bus is approaching a bus stop, the driver should A. Not use the mirrors. B. Approach with caution. C. Drive quickly and stop abruptly. B. Approach with caution. School bus drivers should approach stops slowly and cautiously. With the exception of the straight line backing exercise, a driver may exit their vehicle and check its position during testing exercises up to A. 1 time. B. 2 times. C. 3 times. B. 2 times. A driver is allowed to exit their vehicle to check its position during any basic vehicle control skills test exercise. This action is called a look. During the straight line backing exercise, a driver may not exceed 1 look. During any other exercise, a driver may not exceed 2 looks. When approaching a school bus stop, the driver should A. Honk the horn. B. Drive slowly. C. Talk to students on the bus. B. Drive slowly. A school bus driver should always approach bus stops slowly and cautiously. Bus stops may be changed by A. The driver. B. Parents. C. The school district. C. The school district. Official school bus routes and stops are established by the local school district. Drivers should never change a stop location without the written approval of an appropriate district official. Properly adjusted crossover mirrors allow you to see all of the following, except A. The right and left front tires touching the ground. B. The area in front of the bus. C. The tops of the right and left rear tires. C. The tops of the right and left rear tires. Properly adjusted crossover mirrors on a school bus should allow the driver to see the entire area in front of the bus, from the front bumper at ground level to a point where direct vision is possible. The mirrors should also display the right and left front tires touching the ground, as well as the area from the front of the bus to the service door. For a basic vehicle control skills test, you are expected to be able to A. Alley dock. B. Weave between a line of cones. C. Complete an emergency stop. A. Alley dock. Maneuvers that may be included in the basic vehicle control skills test include straight line backing, offset back, right parking, offset back, left parking, driver side parallel parking, conventional parallel parking, and alley docking. During a basic vehicle control skills test, a look is when A. A driver checks the gauges on their instrument panel. B. A driver checks their blind spots. C. A driver walks to the back of their vehicle to check its position. C. A driver walks to the back of their vehicle to check its position. A driver uses a look when they open their door, leave their seated position, and walk to the back of the vehicle to check its position. During the straight line backing exercise, a driver may not exceed 1 look. During any other exercise, a driver may not exceed 2 looks. If a school bus stalls on a railroad track, A. Students should remain on the bus. B. Students should be evacuated to a location near the bus. C. Students should be evacuated and moved away from the bus. C. Students should be evacuated and moved away from the bus. If a school bus becomes stalled or trapped on railroad tracks, the driver should immediately evacuate everyone from the bus. If the bus is struck by a train, to avoid any flying debris, the students should be led far away from the bus at an angle that is in the direction of any oncoming train. Loading and unloading a bus? A. Can be hazardous for passengers. B. Does not need to be supervised. C. Should be done while refueling. A. Can be hazardous for passengers. More students are killed each year during loading or unloading of school buses than while riding on school buses. Therefore, it is critical that school bus drivers follow appropriate safety procedures during loading and unloading. If there is a fire on a school bus, the students A. must be evacuated. B. should stay on the bus but be moved to a part of the bus unaffected by the fire. C. should stay in their seats. A. must be evacuated. If a school bus is on fire, or if there is a threat of fire, it is mandatory for a bus driver to evacuate the students from the bus. If a bus must be evacuated, it is safest for students to A. stand no more than 50 feet away from the bus. B. stand downwind of the bus in the event of a fire. C. be led far away from any railroad tracks. C. be led far away from any railroad tracks. After evacuating a school bus, students should be led to a safe place at least 100 feet away from the road in the direction of oncoming traffic. This will keep them safe from flying debris if another vehicle hits the bus. Students should be upwind of any fires and as far away from railroad tracks as possible. After students unload at the school, a driver should A. not be concerned with the students' whereabouts. B. leave after the students have entered the school building. C. walk through the bus to check for any sleeping students. C. walk through the bus to check for any sleeping students. After students unload at school, a school bus driver should walk through the bus to check for sleeping students, hiding students, and items that students may have left behind. Students should exit the bus in an orderly fashion with the driver supervising. If exiting a bus, a driver must A. never make contact with the handrail. B. maintain contact with the handrail. C. move quickly. B. maintain contact with the handrail. When exiting your vehicle during the Basic Vehicle Control Skills test, you must face the vehicle and maintain 3 points of contact at all times. If your testing vehicle is a bus, you must maintain contact with the handrail. Exiting the vehicle incorrectly may result in automatic failure of the Basic Vehicle Control Skills test. When students board a bus, they should A. sit in the back row first. B. sit in the back row only after all other seats are filled. C. be seated as far from the driver as possible. B. sit in the back row only after all other seats are filled. Students should not occupy the back row of a school bus unless the bus is full. The closer to the front of a bus that students are seated, the safer they will be in the event of a rear-end collision. Students with special needs should sit near the driver.